Along with Worm, I believe,
yeah,
right?
Damon Worm.
All right, so, well, I guess Clark wouldn't necessarily be back there, but that might be a slight change. I don't remember Jamin deep on the kickoff. So about ready to start. There's the kickoff underway. High, not too long. Coming up, Machado at about the 10. Good blocking, and he's hit near the 20, as you could see it, by Jorge Arcia. And it'll be first and 10, operating out of the I formation. Let's see what Argonaut. Argonaut is confident that they can run against Hughson. In fact, they outweigh Hughson this way, about 8 pounds per man. Argonaut averages about 200, and Hughson in a 6-2, 2-1 defense. Oops, first play, I think it was Jack Kennedy, the left tackle, anticipated the count and moved off, and so some jitters maybe.
Well, yeah, I think that they were going to come up and go right on a quick count, almost on a no call count, just on
first
touch.
Sound.
First down, go, and Jack was a little bit quicker than that. No
play. They alternate quite a bit. Clark is the tailback, Worm the up back, Matley the quarterback, and they're down to the 15, so they're not going to be doing much. Clark, I'm sure they'll be keying on Clark. He tries to power play off the side. Andrew Franke, son of the coach for Hughson, making the tackle, 6', 200-pound senior. Defensively, in the front four, Walker 190, Padilla 265, Thompson 190, and Franke 200, and 4 backers, but it's really about a 6'2". So no gain in the last play. It's going to be second and 15. Breaking free is Machado, and he is free at midfield. It's a foot race. He missed him. Machado.
He'll go all the way, Larry.
Incredible on a counter. They stopped Clark off the strong side on a counter. Machado went, what, 85 yards, 80 yards?
75-yard touchdown run. It was a counter play where they ended up faking the ball to Clark off the right side, came right back. Machado broke about 2 tackles. And this is what we talked about in the pregame. Can they put a little doubt in Houston's mind? I think at this point they certainly have.
All right, they started from the 20. They had 5-yard penalty. They put him back to the 15. No gain by Clark. That was an 85-yard touchdown play, wasn't it?
We'll check that, because I looked at the stick was at the 25, so.
Tankersley will try the PAT. This is an incredible thing. Argonaut on the second offensive play. Machado ran either 75 or 85, and we'll double check it for you. I think it's 85 for a touchdown. And the Huskies, stung last week by Ripon Indians, stung again in the early moments of this one. 10:40 remaining, and Argonaut leading 6-0. I thought Tankersley's kick was good.
No, they ruled it. It was no good. It was wide to the left, so it ends up 6-0. So the second play of the ball game, and that's exactly what the Mustangs want to do. Put some doubt right there in their mind right now.
So they're definitely keyed up to stop Clark on the strong side, but nobody was home on that weak side counter to Machado, and he got a couple of good blocks, and then he outfooted a couple secondary people.
He got hit right. He got hit maybe after about 8-yard gain. He got hit, spun to the outside, and then it was a foot race.
Amador Motors on Main, Sutter Creek, is your Chrysler, Dodge Truck, Jeep, Eagle dealer in the Motherlode. They feature the 93 Grand Cherokee, a 4-wheel drive, and it's beautiful, rated the best in its class. You'll find it at Amador Motors in Sutter Creek. Tankersley will do the kicking off for Argonaut, leading 6-0. Important for them to get a lead. They have it, and let's see what they can do with Hughson now defensively. Hughson, Piazza at the 15, 20, 30. Pulled down by Machado, who made the long touchdown run. Piazza, it is. The pronunciation a little difficult. Piazza bringing the ball back, and the Huskies will have it first and 10 near the 32.
There was a couple lead blocks there, Larry, that the size we're talking about. They knocked a couple Argonaut kids back 2 or 3 yards. Machado was able to get up, and Anthony Preto helped finally roll him out of bounds. So they'll take over first and 10 on the 36-yard line.
36, all right. The Huskies' offensive line averages about 225. Now look at the defense, 3 backers. Back to pass, Kelly, first one to his tight receiver, and he's banged down by Worm with a gain of about 6, so that's a surprise.
Right, we watched him in the warm-ups, and I said the kid looked like Green was throwing the ball real good on the out, And again, that's that surprise issue we talked about.
Yeah.
Sure, we don't throw the ball. We don't throw the ball. Lowly into it, and now let's throw the football.
The tailbacks are Cipineri and Eichert, and they rotate. We'll see who's in there now. I think it's Eichert in there now. Second down and short 4, long 3 play. Back to pass again. Intended for Garza, the flanker out here. Poor pass by Green. Mullen defending. It was incomplete. Now look at Green here. They've passed the first 2 plays here. He's only 22 for 63, 35%. So that's not really that good, even for high school ball.
No, it's not. But again, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities to throw. Quarterbacks want to throw, but I'll tell you right now, see, that's what I'm talking about. Look at the first pass was right in the button. Now it's 3rd and about 4. They've got to go to their run.
To the fullback, and it's going to be real close. It was Piazza. May have the first down. From here, it looks like they've got the first down.
They're going to probably have to measure. It looks like that stop on the play was by Barnett and Jared Lyman on that play. And I think they're going to be a little short on it. But that's when if on first down, that pass got to 6 yards for him. And so anything less than that puts you in a 3rd and long situation. It makes it a little more tough.
They're going to have to move up on those guys and hope that, I don't think they really have that great speed to get behind them. For great food, ambience, entertainment, visit Ron and Nancy's Palace in Sutter Creek. Certainly more than a great place to eat. Ron and Nancy's Palace, with cuisine fit for royalty, but in surroundings all the king's men enjoy. That's at the Sutter Creek Palace on Main. Dine there during the holidays.
All right, I'm 0 for 1, Larry. I thought they were short. They've made it just by the nose of the football, the length of the ball in front of the white line.
See what they do here on first down from the 47. They passed last time. See what they do this time. Fake, counter handoff, weak side, and either a slip or he was tackled low by somebody over there. The ball carrier that time was Eichert, I believe, going off the weak side. He gained about 4, almost 5 yards.
Yeah, he was tripped up by Lyman, and then Clark finished him off. That was the same play Machado scored the touchdown on.
All right.
That was that counter fake, counter and come back to the strong side.
We'll tell you about Clark's defensive position in just a moment. Gain of 4 in the last play, 2nd and 6. Trying to stunt Cipineri. Look at him. He's free. Here is their great tailback, finally knocked out of bounds, Angelo Cipineri, 6'3", 205. He carries the ball about 16 times a game. He's now over 1,400 yards for the season, averaging 18.5.
Well, that's their bread and butter, as Clark is the bread and butter for the Mustangs. He kind of just low. It looks like he's just loping along, and each time he's picking up about 5 yards every 2 or 3 strides.
Big game for Cipineri. 1st and 10 near the 30. It's kind of obscured over there, about the 27 or 28. Looking into the backfield, Garza in motion to counter handoff. Cipineri hit right near the line of scrimmage by somebody. Rick will pick it up in a moment.
Nice play by Jared Lyman.
Stopped.
Jared Lyman got up underneath with Clark on top and was able to stop that play. That was that counter that's been gaining about 6-7 yards. Now brings up 2nd and 10 for him.
A defensive change. Clark is normally on the strong side defensively. He's been moved over to the weak side defensively. That's from the offense's point of view, in order to stop Kelly, who likes to do a lot of running from quarterback. Check it, not Kelly, but Green. So Green, who's in there now? Cipineri, or I believe it's Eichert in there. Fake, double fake, triple fake, back to pass, throws one in the flat. Poor pass and incomplete. Worm was over there belatedly, but a good pass probably would have been complete, but it was not a good one.
Well, they went with 2 run fakes on that play, so you had 2 play fakes, which Lyman and Clark both had to stay home. Now, we have to be careful with Clark saying he's only going to be on the weak side. On that case, it was the strong side because they went with their split end. They put him in motion, and he stayed there, but they stayed at home, and Lyman was able to get into Green's face. And again, when you don't throw the ball much, Larry, you have it's a little difficult.
Right.
And now
you're out of practice, right?
3rd and 10. You watch Green with the keeper here.
Faking, back to pass, throws one, bad pass. He had a man open there for the first down. His wide receiver, Eddie Sharp, big tall target at 6'4", but a poor pass, incomplete. And now what are they going to do? 4th and 10.
Shane Alderson had good coverage on the play, but what Sharp did, Larry, is he drove Alderson back about 12 yards. Turn, came right back to the ball, which is excellent as far as Sharp's concerned. I have a sneaky suspicion now. They've thrown 3 times, or 2 times in this drive, that Green is going to keep the ball here. He's a good runner. We say he's got over 600 yards rushing. I think it could be an option where he'll run the football.
8:08, Argonaut leading 6-0. 4th and 10. Let's see what they do. Back to pass, faking, throws to his far. Well, the pass wasn't too bad. It was awfully hard and high, and Sharp simply could not handle it. So Argonaut will take over, stopping Hughson's first offensive series.
Excellent push by Jared Lyman. Jared Lyman got off the ball. We've been talking about the size of Hughson. He got a good push off the ball, got right in Green's face. It looked to me that ball was a catchable ball. It looked like Sharp was like, come on, get it to me or I'm not going to jump.
Kind of, thrown pretty hard. When it's up high like that, it's tough to handle. 1st and 10 for Argonaut near the 27. From this vicinity, last series, Machado broke free for a long touchdown. Now they're going off that side again, and that time, Machado again, and he was tackled by Damas.
Yeah, double tight. They went to a double tight full house, with the, and they tried to run a little bit of counter lead block it coming away from their strong set as far as the backs were.
I see the nose tackle, 265-pound Adon Padilla for Hughson.
Yeah, he's a big boy in there.
2nd and long is 7, power I formation. Both ends are in tight. Argonaut leading 6-0. Long count, pitch to Clark. Can he get outside? He got out past the first man, but a bunch of Huskies out there, and a late penalty flag on whom we would not want to guess. While we're waiting to find out, Prospect Motors in Jackson, your authorized General Motors dealership in the Mother Lode, featuring Cadillac, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Chevrolet, and Geo. So for cars and trucks, your best buy is nearby. That's Prospect Motors in Jackson, overall sponsor for the Sac-Joaquin Section Football Playoffs.
Well, we got the official called a clip on that play on Guy Boring, one of the lead blockers. To be honest with you, Larry, I think it was an illegal use of hands. same situation, because what he did is he tried to hook the guy, and then as he came up, he pushed him. Because Clark is so strong, as he broke that first tackle, that the guy, you got to stay with your block a little longer. You kind of look back and you go, oh, it looks like he's stuck. He broke the tackle. Now he goes, here's the guy. Well, I'll just push him and hope I don't get caught.
2nd and 25 or thereabouts. Mullen in with the play, and the ball pushed way back to near the 15. A little bit hard to see where the ball is out there.
So they're coming out double tight each time now.
7:06 remaining in the first quarter. Fake to the weak side. Mullen is down here, and he makes a great catch. A perfectly thrown pass by Matley, because there was double coverage here, Rick, and he just got that ball in between those two defenders. Marvelous touch pass by Matley.
Well, I'll tell you, and Willie kept his eye on the ball, knowing you got a guy in front of you, behind it. Todd laid the ball up a little bit, but he's throwing into the breeze, and the ball fluttered a little bit, and Willie went up and pulled it in.
3rd and short, 3rd and about 2 or 3 for the Mustangs. Matley at quarterback. Beautiful pass on that last one. Tight formation. To Clark, trying to go right off left guard, and he ran into Thompson and others, and I believe they're going to be short. Clark will probably have to go back and punt.
Yeah, that was a nice, Noah Thompson did a nice job fighting off the block there. That's the right call to make in that play. Straight ahead, try to go for it, and ended up they did a real nice job. The pass before that, Larry Wood is so good about it. Todd had lots of time, because it was a play fake. He had a lot of time to be able to set his feet and throw the ball.
So Clark will be back to punt, and who's back here deep for maybe Cipineri? Clark end over end, taking it to 34.
That's
Jeff
Green,
the quarterback. Marvelous return by Green, and you can see his running ability deep. So the Hughson Huskies are right back deep into Argonaut territory on that return. Did they have a play set up that time?
Well, Green just showed excellent speed. There was 2 men down on the coverage. As soon as the ball got knocked down a little bit with the breeze that's coming into the kicker's face, got knocked down, he was able to come up, break the first 2 tacklers that are down there, and then got a nice push.
Sharp is wide to the right with Mullen on him, but I imagine they'll go back to the ground there. A counter handoff right side, and good, looks like maybe Eichert at that time. We'll see his number when it is Eichert. Moved ahead well off that strong side behind 255-pound tackle Deckard and 265-pound guard Padilla.
Yeah, he was stopped by Jared Lyman and Jamin Worm on that play. Now the Mustangs, they shut him down last time down here. What they want to put that doubt in Houston's mind, you can't run down here on us.
2nd and 4. Handoff counter, Cipineri. Grabbed immediately, but he's a big athlete. He moves very close to that first down. For great food, ambience, entertainment, visit Ron and Nancy's Palace in Cedar Creek. And follow the Bright Star to Amador Plaza, the finest grouping of local shops in the Motherlode. At Amador Plaza, friendly hometown service makes shopping a pleasure, and you the star. So find quality products and services at Amador Plaza in Martell. 5 minutes left first quarter. Argonaut 6-0. Handoff first man through Piazza. And he certainly has the first down for Hughson, and down close to that 15-yard line, running into Lyman, Barnett, Wyckoff.
Jason Fisher, probably the smallest out of all those that you named, is at the bottom of the pile, kind of getting up. You know, he looks a little squished in there. But what that play was, with those big hogs up front, it was just he walked right up to it. He just tapped the center, and they went, and they got an excellent acceleration off the line.
From about the 15. Look at this. We got a slot man now, so 3 wide receivers on 1st and 10 for Hughson. And a handoff to the first. Huge hole for Piazza. And he's almost has 10. Looks like he's down inside the 5. So they spread the defense out, slipped it to, I think it was Piazza, and he went off the left side for almost 10 yards.
Well, Tankersley saved a touchdown there, and you're absolutely right. You know, from the first time that I saw that formation, I would think that's the formation they'll run the option out of too. They'll fake that now to him and have Green take off, you know, with the football there.
So Hughson coming right back after getting stung by an early touchdown. Cipaneri is wide to the right, is slotted, handoff first man through. I think it's Eichert, and
he's in for the
he
touchdown.
is in, yes. Eichert scores with 4:11 remaining first quarter. We have a tie game here. Division III Sac-Joaquin section playoffs first round. The winner of this moves on next week to play Escalon. Canales, one of the shining stars in Amador Plaza, features the finest Reebok, LA Gear, Vans, and Nike athletic shoes. Reebok says, life is short, so play hard. Here comes a PAT try. The kicker is elated, the kicker being Miller, and Hughson takes a 7-6 lead. We were telling you about Canales. Reebok says life is short, so play hard in their new blacktop line. So ask about team sport discounts at Canales, your family shoe headquarters. If you need athletic shoes, buy from your local merchant, Canales.
Well, that whole drive, Larry, was set up with the fact that Green did a marvelous job on the return. He returned the football close to 45 yards on that punt because he received it down about the 35. And, you know, he rambled it down. And obviously Hughson isn't ranked #1 in the state for all those weeks for not being able to grind it out. And what the Mustangs are going to do, Coach DeVerso with his defense is saying, we've got to hold them on first down. Then make them have to make some decisions second and third.
No doubt about that. Yeah, you can't give up 4, 5, 6 yards that first down. You're in trouble. Machado and Worm deep again for Miller's kickoff. 4:11 first quarter. Now Hughson 7, Argonaut 6. Argonaut scoring on a long, either 75 or 85-yard touchdown run by Machado, who just fumbled the ball now, dropped on it on his knees at the 18, and that was the prudent thing to do. If he grabbed it a couple more times, Hughson might have been down there to grab it away from him. Larry Sonato, Rick Carter, the game of the week, Sac-Joaquin section playoff football, Argonaut against the state-ranked Houston Huskies. Certainly the favorites in this ball game, but on paper it could be a pretty even game. We'll see how Argonaut does.
Well, so far on the field it's been real even. The big play by the Mustangs, they need to come back and get a little confidence, put that drive together now.
Argonaut's field position hasn't been that good.
There's
another great run by Machado. So Kennedy, good block by Kennedy, the left tackle, and had to be others. So I think Hughson concentrating on the strong side, and they're coming back to the weak side.
Well, it was a good play. Sharp and Walker made the tackle for Hughson. This is what, you know, I mean, the fact that we talked about Mike Clark last year really didn't come of age as a varsity football player until the last game last year against Amador. Machado was saying, you know, I'm heir apparent to that role, and he's making a real statement here so far.
2nd and 1, a pass, beauty, trying to go beyond, and I intended for Tankersley. Hey, I like that call. Short yardage, why not try it? He went for Tankersley, but the ball was thrown out of bounds.
Well, that's what we're talking about, Larry. Your first down play dictates what you can do 2nd and 3rd. You know, you got 2nd and 1, go for it. Sue almost made a real nice catch on the play. I could see her picking up the camera, running, and also if Tankersley could just do that, they would have scored.
All right, but it's 3rd and 1 now. They're expecting the run. I imagine they will, so important that they get it. Power I formation. They go off the weak side, and Machado runs into everybody, but then second effort, he bounced off the blockers and tacklers and made the first down up to about the 35. Say, getting dirty on the football field may look like fun, but when you're tackling serious laundry at home, it's not a game. And the laundry squad does not want an overtime. So give your home team the cleaning advantage that only name brand heavy-duty washers and dryers from Sears can provide, and that's Sears in Sutter Hill.
Well, Johnny Machado on that play made an excellent read. It was plugged up real well. Sharp did a good job plugging it up. Here's now the counter to Clark. He'll pick up about 2 or 3 on that.
Yeah, Clark strained or sprained shoulder and all, and he's got a special pad on his shoulder and wrap to protect it. So he's not 100% as far as that's concerned. He gained about 3. It's going to be second down short 7. First quarter, 2:35. Hughson leading 7-6 after Argonaut took a 6-0 lead on a long scamper by Johnny Machado. Boy, look at that tight formation. Second and about 7 in play. Power I is to the right. A fake up to the middle and a give, I believe, to Worm. Boy, that happened so quickly, that handoff. It's about the first time I think Worm has carried the ball, and they were waiting for him. He was running into the big 265-pound Adon Padilla.
Yeah, he picked up about 2 on the play. The scary part about that ball was almost came loose at the time of the handoff.
A minute, less than 2 minutes remaining now, first quarter.
Well, they've taken out Padilla now, so let's see what, if they'll exploit it, because he probably went from 265 to 245. And
they're rolling out. Tankersley's down. They throw one over here. Intercepted just before he went out of bounds by number 88, and that's Eddie Sharp, who is a receiver on offense. The wind perhaps kept the ball up just a little bit too long, enabling the Sharp to come over it. Real tough play.
Yeah, the ball floated. Todd off the back foot kind of got the ball up there, and the ball floats a little bit. Tankersley was there, but I'll tell you, Sharp made an excellent interception on that.
Yeah.
Stepped in front, got both hands, and intercepted.
Now, they only needed 3 or 4, but they went deep. Seems like a flat pattern might work better that time.
They had a whole lot of protection. See, it was a nice, Todd had no pressure on him, nobody in his face.
From the 43, Green back to pass. He can run, and he loves to do that. It's clear. He's got the first down. Great tackle as he bowls over Shane Alderson, but Shane made a fine stop with another long scamper by quarterback Jeff Green, 185-pound senior.
Yeah, Shane got down, and what they do on that play is as he rolls and he sees, and as the receiver turned and looked back to him, it's almost like the Steve Young. He gives it the hand, get going now.
Yeah.
They all turn around and pick up a back, and he picks up about 15 or 20 on that play.
From the 40. Now, the Moes with Hughson. Argonaut needs to kind of rise up defensively and stop these guys from going in for a touchdown this time, I think, for their own mental health. Faking counter, Cipineri.
Well,
he's one of the taller ball carriers around. Deceptive speed. He's 6'3", and you can't tell how fast he's going, but he's going very fast.
Well, he's a lot quicker than his tackle there. Brandon Deckard was out in front of him kind of going, let's see, I'll look for a block. And he looked over his left shoulder, and there was Cipineri. If Deckard had turned and immediately gone after Alderson, it could have been in the end zone.
From about the 22, another 10-plus yard gain with a minute remaining in the quarter. And Hughson leading 7-6 with less than a minute remaining. At it again, first and 10. Handoff to Cipineri. He's free into the secondary. Hit from behind by Worm. Amador Motors on Main and Sutter Creek is your Chrysler, Dodge Truck, Jeep Eagle dealer in the Mother Lode. They feature the 1993 Grand Cherokee, a four-wheel drive that's really beautiful, rated the best in its class. You'll find it at Amador Motors in Sutter Creek. Well, Cipineri is a great back, but he's got to have some tremendous blocking up front by Deckard, Padilla, and Franca, and he's running into Wyckoff, one of the better linemen around. A stunt by whom?
Jason
And that broke
Fisher.
that play up.
Yeah, Fisher came in, and he tripped him up a little bit. And their first and goal, so this brings it second and goal.
Fisher, one of the smaller, he's only 150-pound senior. Can you imagine backing up the line over there with a couple of 260-pound linemen and Cipineri coming at you?
Oh, boy.
Boy, he broke through that time and broke that play up. Great defensive effort by Fisher. Seconds remaining. They may not get this play off. 3, 2, 1. Horn sounds. They will not get it off. So first quarter in, Sac Joaquin Section Playoffs Division 3. the Hughson Huskies 7, the Argonaut Mustangs 6. We'll be back.
Toys that excite imagination and creativity are the ones children return to time and again. And those are the type of toys found at Jackson Station. You can find erector sets, flex blocks, Playmobil, and Brio Brands fun lining the shelves, along with books, puzzles, stuffed animals, and dolls. There's a world of fun to share for young and old, memories to be made, skills to be learned, and magic to be captured. Where else can you find a bracelet for a princess, garden tools for a little farmer, or a microscope for a budding scientist? Schedule a stop at Jackson Station for toys and trains. Well-established physical therapists Bob and Mark Lucelle of Amador Physical Therapy have opened a second clinic for the convenience of upcountry clients. The new Upcountry Physical Therapy Clinic is located on Hilltop Road across from the Sierra House and will provide the same great therapy you're used to receiving from the Lucelles at their Court Street, Jackson location. So to receive convenient, quality therapy upcountry, just call 296-2225. Treatment is covered by most insurance plans.
The owners of ESC, Environmental Services and Controls, are college-educated and factory-trained air conditioning and heating specialists who do new residential construction, remodels, and commercial building projects. They do quality layout and designs in their on-site sheet metal shop and pride themselves in doing a job right the first time. Call for a free estimate at 223-5030 or 274-2666. ESC.
The Rainbow Water Store in Mother Lode Plaza, Highway 49, Jackson, has refillable containers conveniently sized to meet your family's individual needs. They have home delivery service and a water dispensing station outside their store. Rainbow Water, where dreams of an inexpensive, great-tasting beverage really do come true. You spot it, we blot it. Johnny on the Spot Carpet Cleaners. You get it dirty, we get it clean. It's our job. We do it well. Call us at 223-1093. Reasonably priced, good quality, dependable carpet cleaning for the Mother Lode.
Napa Auto Parts has 2 stores to serve you, one in Jackson on Highways 49 and 88 across from the ball field, and one at their new location in Pine Grove across from the Sierra House. The stores are well stocked and well staffed, and if we don't have what you need on hand, we'll order it for you and usually have it the next day. Mechanics remember that quality repairs depend on quality tools, and we have them. So let Smokey and his friendly staff at Napa Auto Parts assist you with finding just what you need to solve that automotive problem. Napa Auto Parts stores. Quality merchandise and service in 2 great locations, Jackson and Pine Grove.
Hi, I'm Mary Lynn, and I'm one of the 12 operators with the Volcano Telephone Answering Service. We provide services 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We provide services to professional businesses, small businesses, county agencies, and community agencies. The service that the telephone service provides is answer calls, message taking, dispatching, paging, and other information. So let us be your business connection. Call Volcano Telephone Answering Service at 296-2244.
For more information, call 296-2244. Volcano Telephone, your phone service experts.
The second quarter, Game of the Week, sponsored by Volcano Telephone, where they customize your phone to meet your needs. Second down play inside the 10, actually about the 7, and the officials sent it back. Second and goal, I guess, from the 7-yard line as we begin the second quarter. Hughson leading it 7-6. They are threatening again. Second and goal from about the 7. Green, the quarterback, always a danger, faking, double, and Green kept it. He's at the 5, into the end zone, but there is a penalty flag, and it's got to be against the Hughson.
Oh, yeah. Sharp was getting his spurs, and he got the saddle. He jumped right on top of Alderson in the back, and he clipped him in the back.
Great fake by Green. I thought the second man had it, and he kept it on his hip and then ran with it.
It's kind of one of those Fran Tarkenton. Those that remember Fran, is he would do that and then put that ball on his hip, and he was kind of going on the hip, looking downfield like somebody else had it. Alderson, I think, knew it, though, because Alderson was coming up, and Sharp drills him from behind.
It's only pushed back to the 10, though, I guess, from the point of infraction. How come it's not further than that? It's only back to the 10.
Well, they called the holding on that, and they didn't call it a clip. So there There's a holding, which is a 10-yard penalty. So that'll move it down and make it a second down from the 11-yard line.
Second and goal from near the 10, wide receiver. You can see him both ways. Second quarter just underway. Hughson leading 7-6. This Green is a tough one to keep up with. He's back to pass, looking for his favorite receiver in the flat. It's Eichert, and Mustangs all over him, but he got past the first one, and he got inside the 5, it appears. So it was a flat pass, but great running by Eichert got him down inside the 5.
Well, see, Willie Mullen was the one that was first out there in the coverage, and what Willie needed to do was just say, okay, you've caught it. He's not the flashy kind of back. He's going to turn and try to run you over. So Willie kind of played him off a little bit, and that's where he picked up a little extra yards.
I guess he went out of bounds, though, back upfield.
Yeah.
We saw him go down, but it seems to be a 6-yard line, and I think Coach Frank is calling a timeout. At Volcano Telephone, they customize your phone to meet your needs. Spoil your phone with call waiting and other custom calling services. With call waiting, your phone could be more versatile. It certainly allows 2 calls to come in one line. For details, contact Volcano Telephone 296-7502. The game of the week, South Joaquin Section Playoffs, Division 3, Hughson and Argonaut. Hughson heavily favored, 3rd ranked in the state. The winner plays Escalon. Real important here. It'd be nice if they could hold them to nothing or a field goal at the most, Rick.
Absolutely, and I think Coach Traverse was talking about right now, it's 3rd down. They have a lot of weapons, and we saw the last time they got down this close, they went 2 play fakes, and Green kept the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him run that same situation, fake the ball a couple times, and have him throw the ball in the flat. He's been throwing the ball. He's got if there's any breeze at all, it's in his face a bit, but that should not affect it.
The other options given to Cipineri, he's gained about 10 yards every time he's had the ball, but I'm not sure whether he's in there or not. Big play now, 3rd and about 6 or 7. He is rolling out, looking into the end zone, rifles it. Poor pass. Alderson tackled the intended receiver in the end zone. It was intended for Garza, the flanker, but he throws hard.
Yeah, what Mustangs did, though, Jason Fisher came in on a blitz, so they had Barnett, Lyman, and Fisher all broke through. And Green's a tough kid. I mean, when you wear 22 as a quarterback, you're a tough quarterback, you know. And
right.
I mean, he stood right in there, and they got good pressure, and they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they're disdaining a field goal try. They're going for it.
They're trying to restate. They're trying to restate that we are not number 3 because we can't score from here.
Well, if they do, they deserve it. Rolling out again.
Good pressure.
As
good
time
pressure.
throws it to the end zone. He was wide open, and he missed the pass. The intended receiver was Sean Walker, his tight end. Wide open, wasn't he?
He broke free, came as that tight end, floated across in the zone. They did send Fisher, came up again on that play. I'll tell you right now, the Mustang defensive line is not being held by the Hughson offensive line. I mean, they've been pushed through, get right in Green's face. Nice play, and you even stated it, Larry, at the beginning of this. The Mustangs need to make a statement on defense, and I think they have done that.
1st and 10 from near the 6-yard line, and straight ahead, which is good, safe play, and not going too far. You know, Argonaut's field position has been terrible. Even the first time they had the ball when they scored, how long was it? Did you find out?
Well, there's still some debates going on, so we're going to give him 85 yards until we hear differently.
Overall sponsor Game of the Week, Prospect Motors of Jackson, Amador Truck Country. You'll find Amador's and America's favorites at Prospect Motors. They carry the full lineup of Chevrolet trucks. That's the heartbeat of America. So Argonaut gain of about 1 in that. Poor field position. They can't really do too much fancy.
This would not be a bad place if you're going to throw the football. Throw a little screen pass, into, like not up the middle, to the side. The linebackers come up.
Counter handoff to Machado. No, a give to Clark over here, and Clark bowls over a tackler or 2. He gets up to about the 17 or 18. Deceptive ball handling. I didn't know where the ball was.
Yeah, it was a little play fake, easy for me to say. And what Todd did that was real nice, Todd's got pretty good-sized hands. There was a kid grabbing his left arm as he was able, he had both hands on the ball. He released his left hand, was able to make a nice pitch to Clark, who picks up close to about 5 on that play. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 4. And at this point, they need that 1st down.
3rd and 4 from about they're only out at the 13. Handoff to Machado. He got past Franca, but too many other people. He is not going to make the 1st down. And Argonaut will have to punt, and Hughson's going to have excellent field position again, most likely, although Clark kicking with the wind this time.
Aaron Piazza made the final stop on that. It's, you know, this is a spot they had to be very conservative inside your 10-yard line. They got up to within 2 yards down.
Hughson 7, Argonaut 6. Second quarter, 9:43 left in it. Clark standing near the goal line to do the punt. Big rush coming, no one. Semi-spiraling punt away, and all things considered, an excellent punt by Clark from the goal line to out of bounds at the 50, where the Hughson Huskies will take over.
There is a flag on the play. We got a personal foul.
It's against Hughson. That'll give them a first down.
Well, it's interesting to see when he calls it. It looks like they're going to bring it back because if it is a personal foul during that play, it'll give them a first down and excellent field position.
So if that's the case, Argonaut will retain possession. It looks like they're going to. The penalty, Rick will describe it to you in a moment. Calaveras Laundry and Linen are the new guys in town and work harder to please you. Family owned and operated, they specialize in quality service with the lowest rates in Amador and Calaveras. Daily delivery to restaurants, taverns, beds and breakfasts, and motels. So call Calaveras Laundry and Linen today, 754-5454.
Now's when you want to hurt them, Larry. You got a good penalty call against you now. Break one loose.
Handoff to, I think it was
Johnny Machado, I believe.
Machado, the power back, and normally he counters off the weak side, but that one was kind of a direct handoff coming off the strong side, but Hughson was right there defensively.
Well, that's what you want to, you got a nice penalty. Now let's exploit it. They're going double tight again.
Keep the ball away from Hughson. That's one way to prevent them from driving, using up time. Use up a little yourself. Second and long play. They may have to go to a flat pass. Quick pitch to Machado off the weak side. Good blocking out there by Wyckoff and Guy Boring to enable Machado to move ahead for 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5, Larry. I'm a little, I'm not really sure. In that case, I think Johnny may have turned it up a little bit too soon. He had a couple blockers outside, but then again, that's instinct. You see it go for it. He's got good speed. He turns it right up.
Last time they went to the air and they threw a long pattern. It was intercepted. Maybe this time they'll try a shorter one just to get the first down. We'll see. We're expecting them to pass.
Yeah, they got split
in
into
the
left.
flat, and I think it's going to be to Clark. Here comes a big rush, throws it to Clark. Clark wasn't even looking. Defending was Vivo in the play, so I expected that play, but Wakely threw it. Clark wasn't even looking around. Incomplete pass, and Argonaut will have to kick again.
Now, we got Matley at quarterback, not Wakely. But,
Did I say Wakely?
Yeah, it sounded good, though. It was real nice.
Well, that's the second thing to go, isn't it? I'll tell you.
So that'll bring up a 4th down and 5, and
Wakely, Madley, all these names sound the same.
well, we all ended in Lee, so that was okay.
4th down, Clark will have to punt, and better from the goal line. This time kicking away again, taken on the fly, that time by Garza. And the first man down, Willie Molen, pulled him down at about the 35. So Argonaut at least gained quite a bit of yardage on that retaining the ball and then punting again.
Yeah, there was only a 4-yard return on the play, and Willie was able to kind of collar him and hang on.
Is it the receiver's fault for not looking around, or is it the passer's fault for throwing when he's not looking around?
Well,
which way is it?
I don't think there's really anybody at fault in that. I think Mike was trying to get out on the flat. Todd was trying to lay it there as quick as he could get it to him. The quarterback can see it, and the receiver's still getting there, so they just got to reconnect.
All right, from about the 35 for Hughson, 8 minutes remaining. They're leading 7-0. Counter handoff, Eichert, again the tail. He and Cipineri trade off or alternate, and boy, they gain a lot of yards from that tailback position.
Well, Padilla, number 72, was the lead blocker. As they did that counter, he pulled and he was leading the blocking out there. Lyman was trying to get around him, through him, under him, or somehow, and Padilla did a nice job just making contact and letting Cipineri take it from there.
Now, Eichert's out. He's done his duty. Cipineri's in now, but he's flanked, so I guess he's not going to carry the ball. So another 1st and 10 near the 48, 7:56 remaining. Piazza, good yardage off that strong right side. He moves ahead for maybe about 5 yards.
Yeah, Fisher and Machado were in on the stop. That, again, they'll be charting these plays, and as they came in, they put Cipineri, so they had 2 flankers to the right. They had a split end left, and then it was a direct handoff. And I think that's pretty much every time they've come in that set, they've done that.
Sam Poo in defensively, and I think Barnett out at nose tackle. That Sam Poo, about 250 or 260 pounds. Second down and long 4 play for Hughson. Handoff Stipineri off the right tackle. One of the few times the defense stopped him less than 10 yards. He was hit pretty quickly by Fisher and others. And Stipineri, 6'3", 200 pounds, tough for Fisher to bring down.
Yeah, he got hit. Jason hit him at the 45. He was able to break loose and at least lunge forward to the Mustangs 41 for the first down.
Safeguard Pest Control are the professionals to call for termite, pest, and weed control. Locally owned and operated, they serve both commercial and residential accounts. S stands for safe and satisfying service at Safeguard Pest Control. 7 minutes remaining first half. Hughson 7-6. Quarterback Green sneaks, pulled down fairly quickly by the nose tackle or somebody. No, it's Damon Wyckoff.
Wyckoff
Yeah.
was in on the stop. That was, that's a good call. Green has good speed. He says, he took the snap, took about a half a step to his right, and then tried to exploit the gap there.
You hold them to 3 yards and first down, you're doing a pretty good job. They usually average about 6. 6:33 left first half. Hughson 7-6 over Argonaut. Argonaut, long 85-yard scamper by Machado. They haven't done much offensively since that. Triple, now Green has it with Stipineri in front of him. Alderson tried to fight him off. Green got away, and he may go all the way. Boring tries to make a tackle, cannot. And quarterback Green, again on the double fake, and the keeper, with good blocking in front of him, goes for the touchdown.
Yeah, Green, his initial, it was 3 play fakes. He faked the dive, the counter, and then almost like the option pitch, and he came around, and it was good acceleration right at the point of attack.
Alderson tried to break it up, but he was just outmanned. He had a couple of blockers there and really couldn't do much, and Green went by them and then gone. Miller trying for the PAT.
And the kick's
No good. So that could be important if Argonaut can do something offensively and get back in it. They both missed a PAT now, and Hughson has to be content with a 13-6 lead. Amador welcomes the new Excels Sports Medicine Physical Therapy Clinic at 1003 Broadway in Jackson. Experienced therapist D.D. Slater can help you achieve the highest level of restoration possible. Physical therapy is paid for by most private insurance companies and workman's comp with a prescription from a licensed physician. Excel Sports Medicine in Jackson. Rick, since that first series, Argonaut hasn't really, well, they've gotten a couple of first downs, but haven't really done too much offensively. It'd sure be nice if they could make a statement of their own here and drive, at least move into Hughson territory.
Well, they need to start with some field position to start with. It, when you're back in your 10, 12-yard line,
yeah,
it's a little tough to be real creative there. So now if they can get a good return here and come back in, and Hughson put them back in the ballgame with that missed extra point.
Miller doesn't kick that deep, and they come up. Machado has it at the 17, trying to get a play set up down the far sideline. He's up the corner. Excellent return by Machado, good blocking by his teammates, and they get very close to the 40-yard line, so the best field position I think that they've had in a while. 6:05 left first half. Hughson 13 and Argonaut 6.
That was a 23-yard return on Jason Smith. Was just trying to hook that guy on that block, or Machado would have gone all the way up the sideline.
So, Matley at quarterback, Worm, Clark, Machado in the backfield, faking to Machado, and that time he was met by many Hughson players, led by Aaron Piazza.
Aaron Piazza said, you're number 22, and I'm number 44, so let me add about 22 more to your chest here. But the thing about Johnny, that he's such a competitor, he pops right back up, so thanks, that was a good play.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Now, Ray Johnson thought that Hughson could be vulnerable in the flats on passing, and they, I think they've tried that about once. They threw one deep that was intercepted, another one that was completed very nicely. Back to pass in the flats, intended for Tankersley. No, Machado coming out of the backfield. So that was one of those flat passes we were just anticipating. No, it wasn't Machado either.
You were right the first time. It was
All right.
Tankersley.
Yeah.
And what I've seen right now, there's absolutely no pressure on the quarterback. Todd has lots of time. He just needs to step up, step forward, and that'll get that ball to come down a little bit. If you're throwing off your back foot, the ball takes off on you.
3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. Stymied of late offensively. Now they shift into virtually, now Clark is in motion, so that's a lot of razzle-dazzle. They're rolling out. Completed pass for the first down. So they did all this to the right side and then slant on the opposite side for the first down to Mullen.
Now see, on that play, Todd did a good job. They put the guy in motion. He looked him off. As soon as the ball was snapped, he didn't look right at Willie. He just kind of looked up, and then it was a timing pattern. He got him on just on a slant pattern. Willie hung on. The ball was right in the breadbasket.
You talked about, actually it was pretty low. He had to pick it up. You talked last time about, well, not throw it high. Well, that time he threw it low, and Willie made a great catch. First down is the important thing. At midfield, Argonaut needs a drive. They're trailing by 7. They shift into what may be a passing formation
Same
again.
formation. I think they're going to come this side because Todd's looking that way.
Oh, his arm was hit. There's the interception. One of those breaks that happens when you pass it, then a fumble, and it's picked up again by Hughson and finally knocked out of bounds somewhere around the 15. Wasn't Matley's arm hit just as he threw the ball, and it was a dying quail picked off?
Yeah, the ball got tipped. His arm got hit. We're going to have a unsportsmanlike, I believe, against Hughson. When he got knocked out of bounds, as he got back up, he was yelling something. He was yelling something at Jamin Worm, and he took the football and threw it right in his face. So, okay, they're going to call it both ways, which is probably a pretty good call. I had the glasses on him, and the guy said something to Worm, and Worm said something back, and then he threw the ball, and that's an unfortunate break. But sometimes when you're number 3 in the state, you'll get these breaks. And Todd, I think Clark was open there. The ball got hit, and his arm got hit at the line of scrimmage, and
so if it's against both,
I don't think it's against both.
It's against one. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Hughson, so that pushes him back. Argonaut really can't let him score again. That might be an insurmountable lead. They've got to really try and prevent him from going in this time, but Hughson has it from about 32 or 33.
Let me explain the difference here. It's a dead ball foul, so it's 1st and 25.
Oh, all right.
So it occurred after that, so you set the stakes.
Eichert running right into Wyckoff, and really for one of the first times today, the Mustangs really stopped that tailback slant play for no gain, maybe even a loss.
Wyckoff Mullen did a nice job reading that, and let me explain that 1st and 25. It's a dead ball, change of possession, so you set your stakes 1st and 10, then you move back 15. That's a killer of a penalty now, because now you got to go 25 for a first down, which puts a team like Hughson, who we know can run the ball very effectively, but now they've been kind of thinking, first down got stopped. Look for the pass. I'm going to look for that, the 2 play fakes, and then have him throw to Cipriani out of the backfield.
All right, Garza in motion, faking,
Play
going
fake.
out. The left-hander throwing from the right side, wide open. Completion is tight end Sean Walker.
Well, I tell you, he threw that ball just like Steve Young would throw that football. Just a real minimal play fake to Piazza. I mean, not much to hold anybody. And he set right up. The tight end came from this side, and that was Walker. He slid across, got to the open zone.
So even after the big gain, it's still, as you pointed out, it's still 3rd down and about 7. But they gained about 18 of that on that passing play. Who says we can't pass, says Hughson? They're showing that they can.
And that's what, and that's the part defensively. Come on, guys, hold on this play.
All right, a real important play here. Argonaut has got to stop him. Faking. Give. Walker, the tight end.
Worm read that extremely well. Jamin Worm, I'll tell you what, he stayed right at home. Green does a good job faking that ball. And before, remember, he's faked and put it on his hip. This time it was kind of the end around. Jamin comes up and says, here I am.
When's the last time you've seen a tight end around?
Well, not too often, that's for sure.
He's not that swift either, so they hope for complete surprise that time.
I think what he was hoping for is if he could have been heading north and south and being able to come head-to-head with Jamin, it may have been a different story, but that was an excellent play by Worm coming up, holding his position.
I can understand Coach Frank is going to take time out here to talk this over, whether to go for a field goal or exactly what to do with 4th and 10 from about the 17-yard line. Say the Feed Barn family cares for your pets and livestock the same professional way that they care for their own. They invite you to stop by and see their fully stocked store on Sutter Hill. So say hello to Elaine and Hal at the Feed Barn. Well, here's a picture of 3:07 left first half. Hughson 13 and Argonaut 6. And key play coming up, 4th and 10 to stop Hughson, either a field goal try or with their confidence and ability, they'll probably go for it.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that. Coach Frankett didn't have a whole lot to say. He took his time getting out there. He said a couple of things, turned around and strolled right back to his sideline. And I think what we might see here, Larry, is they may go to a 3-deep, like try to play three deep zone, the Mustangs, and send one of the defensive backs. Instead of having 4 deep in this, maybe send. They did that before. Remember, Fisher came up, got right in the middle of the whole play and broke it all up.
I think they need to. When Green rolls out and has the time, he's really dangerous either to run or throw, so they just can't let him have that much time. 4th and 10 play, key one here with only 3 minutes left in the first half. Faking, quick look in pass. I don't know what, but they blocked up. It was intended for Walker, and somebody got in his way. It was Fisher, and Walker couldn't get near the ball.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's a timing pattern. It was just a quick little, let me do a quick little fake. There's only a single back. I'm going to loop it right down the middle and let my tight end run underneath it. Fisher was in the right spot.
He just got in his way. Walker,
in fact, I think Fisher was trying to come on the blitz, and they got kind of boom, and that was it.
Whatever. Hughson stopped, and Argonaut stops him again, takes over. They only trailed by 7 here, but 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Well, I guess if they can go into locker with only behind by 7, that'll be a good deal. Madley rolling out. He's got blocking in front of him, cuts in, moves upfield for some yardage.
Walker stopped him on that play, and I'm looking now. They have Padilla out of the lineup on the defensive line. In fact, Houston's defensive line right now is really tiny. They are real small, so I think what they're trying to do this time is say, well, let's put the small, quicker guys in. Like right now we got 21 and 81. You got 155-pounder Madsen in there on the defensive line, and Adam Klein goes 155.
Gain of 4 by Madley, 2nd down and
so they need
6.
They need to come this side. If they come this side with the power, they will exploit that size difference.
Fake counter handoff to Mike Clark if he can get by 1 man, but then they've got the angle on him, and there comes the angle. He's knocked out of bounds for really the first time today. Clark off the right side made long yardage before Klein caught up with him.
Larry, that's what I'm saying. This side of that, I mean, their defensive line is small. Now look at Padilla's coming back now. They're saying, doggone it. You know, look what happened, you know. So they're going to take out Bobby Furtado, who goes 145. And they're going to bring in 120-some plus pounds more, and that's exactly what happened. It was a reverse, or the counter came this way.
42-yard line, 2:24 left in the first half. Maybe Argonaut will have to go to the air, and they give a simple handoff to Jamin Worm straight ahead. Moves up for about 3 to the 45.
They're doing fine. They're doing fine. They put together this drive and take it in. There's 2 minutes to go. You're at the 45-yard line, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think they can exploit him right now. Padilla is going to be on this left side, and they've also brought back in, and I can't catch his number right now.
Tankersley in there. Counter handoff to Machado, probably the same play he scored on, and he was hit up immediately by Piazza, and then help came up.
Yeah, Piazza just spoiled that whole play. So now the Mustangs are going to call a timeout. It's 3rd and long.
Piazza, one of the linebackers, stopping the clock. 1:46 left first half. Hughson 13, Argonaut 6. The winner of this plays Escalon next Friday night in the semifinals of Division 3. Southern League teams got wiped out. Calaveras almost has a waltz into the championship game, it would appear.
Well,
they play Ripon. That's right.
They've got to play Ripon
yet. Yeah, and that's no waltz.
But I would say that Calaveras is a team right now that I would pick to be there in the finals. And again, I'm sure that Coach Stepanski over there is telling them, no, Ripon. Remember, Ripon beat the #1 team in the state last week. We got a big ball game on our hands. And you do. It's that, the old adage, you take it 1 game at a time.
They almost beat Escalon. They beat Argonaut by a field goal. So, no, that's going to be a good game. Let's see, the Ballou, the sophomore quarterback, 4 touchdown passes in the first half, I think, against Modesto Christian.
And that's where we talked at the top of the show here about the caliber of some of the teams that get in the playoffs. This year, I think the teams, Somerville not in the playoffs, should be in the playoffs. They're a much better team.
3rd and long. Madley keeping it on the keeper. And he goes down. It's going to be tough whether he made that first down or not.
I think he's going to be short.
Maybe the head down and straight ahead, he might have made it, but quarterbacks might be more vulnerable to injury than other running backs. They're not used to the pounding, so that's probably the prudent thing to do, kind of slide.
Well, it was one of those things where, boy, it was there right away. And again, if you watch on the NFL game or the college games, you got the sticks on both sides of the field, so you can see that. Todd wasn't quite sure how much further do I have to go for the first down. If you see that, you go for it.
Fourth and real short. Coach Ray Johnson in there to talk him over offensively. We've got 1:20 left in the half, 13-6 Hughson's favor. No kidding. Kids can eat for free. That's right. Every Monday night at Perco's, you buy one adult meal and you get a kid's meal free. Way to go, Perco's. Kids 12 and under can choose an item from Perco's Junior Menu. Monday Night Football, Monday night at Perco's, where kids are special. Now, it's so short, the normal thing to do, just a simple handoff quarterback sneak. Obviously, they got a lot of big guys right up there that are expecting that. Is this the time to maybe go wide and see if you can break something?
Well, I think maybe the counter, they stopped the counter last time. They are so big up front.
Roll out Matley and get away from that and see what happens?
There it is, straight ahead.
Machado just got the first down, so they didn't exactly go straight ahead. They sort of slanted off the right side. They don't have much time here, so there's no... They're going to start as soon as they set the chains and the clock goes. They called the play beforehand because they don't have that much time.
Yeah, they called two plays in that huddle. If we didn't get it, we knew we were coming off the field. I think I would look for a little screen, maybe get Clark in the flat over here on a little screen pass, and
back to pass, and again, I guess...
well, pheasant season opened up today, so I don't know.
Was Matley's arm hit that time or just slipped out of his...
I think it just kind of, he got a little bit back, a little too far on the ball, and that's a long pass. See, people go, boy, that's not too short. He had to throw that ball 25 yards
horizontally
to try to get that ball right there. So that was, they were going to try to isolate on him on the wide side.
Stop the clock, 1:09. I'd like to see him try that flat pass to Clark again, because with his speed, if he can catch it in the flat and has a chance, he can go a long way.
Flanker left.
And here it is right now. But Matley's running with the ball again. Not much time left. I guess nobody was open, so he saw an opening on the left side, so he decided to run it. Clock moving. Third down and long for Argonaut. They're quickly back again. Matley back to pass, looking. Rifles one, intercepted again. The receiver went down.
Yeah, that was picked off by Casey Vivo. That ball was just, it's just one of those thrown right to him. So I don't know what had happened on
the receiver went down, and I'm not sure what happened, but the pass went right to the defender. You can look at it better on the screen and see, but
now at this point, Larry, you can't give up. You've got to play tough defense.
All right, 42 seconds.
So well in the second quarter, even though they gave up a score in the first quarter and a score here in the second quarter. They have held them twice on drives where I think Hughson would have said, normally I have a touchdown here. I get the ball inside the 10, I score.
See if they go deep here with...
I think Green's going to try to throw the ball to Walker. It's a quick little... Well, I'll tell you what, Willie Mullins said, I think I can see myself going all the way down the sideline, and the pass falls incomplete.
Say, a phone is not just a phone at Volcano Telephone. Get custom calling services like speed calling and call forwarding. Call forwarding means that calls to one number can be forwarded to another. Customize your phone. Contact Volcano Telephone 296-7502. 36 seconds left in the half. From the 41. Quarterback going to go again, and Alderson and company that time gives Worm was there too, gives him some yardage, but stopped near the 32 or 33.
Daniel Lane slowed him up in the backfield, and that's the thing that I'm talking about. A 22 number is in the quarterback. He's a running back. He just happens to get the ball and says, fine, I get it first.
That's the second time you've mentioned 22.
I love him.
Did you wear 22?
No, I was one of those guys that had like the 10 that said, don't hit me when I don't have the ball. But I like that. He comes running. Doug Flutie. Remember Doug Flutie?
Oh, yes.
Number 22, college. Lane hit him in the backfield, and he said, no, thanks. I'll just keep going.
I wonder, I'm sure, well, they don't say anything about field goals. Willard Miller, his leg's not that strong. Whether they're trying to move in for field goal position here, and they've got only 28 seconds, or they figure that they'd rather try for a touchdown all the time?
Well, a field goal from here, Larry, that's...
Not from here, but I'm moving it down into field goal position in 28
I saw him
seconds.
kicking during warm-ups, and again, he was kicking. There wasn't much wind down the field before the game, and I was down there, and he was kicking the ball, and, you know, it's real simple when you're just you're holding the ball and you're kicking. We saw him. He's missed an extra point. Argonaut's missed an extra point today, so I think what they're going to look, Green to me is a kid that can carry this ball in right now. Now, they've got 3 receivers to this left side. They've got the tight end and the 2 flankers over here.
Sharp is on the far side.
He's done.
Hit from
There's
the
that
side.
22. What am I
throws
telling
it,
you?
got away from him.
Touchdown.
Penalty flag at the 5, and it could be pass interference by Argonaut, and the touchdown catch by Garza. And we'll see whether the penalty is on which team, and it looks like it may be on Argonaut, and thus it'll be a touchdown. It looked like our defender was trying to go for the ball and kind of pushed off. That's my immediate interpretation, but I could be wrong. Yes. It is a touchdown. So with seconds remaining in the half, quarterback Jeff Green finds Garza loose in the end zone for the touchdown. And Hughson leads it 19-6. That's just exactly what you didn't want to happen.
You know, it almost reminds me of last year against Linden. They held ahead Miller. They had him stopped in the backfield, and he throws that pass.
Miller's PAT try has excellent form. He's celebrating. It's good. Hughson 20. Hughson third in the state, 20. The Argonaut Mustangs 6. We'll be back for another kickoff in a moment. If baseball requires a game of inches, what's football? Game of yards, I suppose. But, I mean, this last play could have gone, gee, if Lane could only wrapped him up, no touchdown.
Well, you know, and Daniel Lane hit him hard in the backfield, and you just got to give Green credit. He regained his feet and kept his focus, and then threw a prayer. He threw the prayer up, and it was answered. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than real good.
And today, Hughson's both.
They sure have. And again, the Mustangs, Hughson knows they're in a ball game. They've been hit pretty hard, but we've got to keep the offensive team on the field a little bit more.
They don't want a long return by Mullen has it. Getting a block from Machado. Mullen goes down at the 40. 9 seconds left in the half.
Well, at this point, you want to, you know, I'd say you give the ball to Clark or Machado and see if they can break it, and then regroup at halftime.
5 seconds, 4 seconds. I guess they're gonna have a chance to do anything. The first half will be history. It is right now. Sac-Joaquin Section Playoffs, first round, Division 3. Hughson, number 3 in the state, tri-champ of the Trans Valley, 20 over the Argonaut Mustangs, 6.
Hi, this is Frank Halverson, owner of Prospect Motors in Jackson. And as we stand out here and we can feel the weather start to change a little bit, we start thinking of winter, and we start thinking of winter, we think of four-wheel drive. I'm standing in front of one of our newest four-wheel drive models. It's the 1993 Chevy Suburban. Ever since the introduction of the new Chevy Suburban last year, they've been a very difficult model to keep in stock. Right now, Prospect Motors has one of its best inventories ever of this fine vehicle with over 6 in stock. So I invite all of you down to take a look at 1993 Chevy Suburban. Along with the Suburban, we have a full lineup of Chevrolets, Oldsmobiles, Pontiacs, Buicks, and Cadillacs. And one thing you can be assured of, if we don't have something here on the lot, we have a state-of-the-art computer system that allows us access to every inventory within the state of California. So if there isn't a particular model or a particular color that you see on the lot, we can get it for you in a matter of a day or two. So I invite you all down to Prospect Motors and see our fine lineup of General Motors cars and trucks.
One-stop market, where quality's always in style. One-stop market, they'll serve you with a smile. Produce as fresh as the nearest farm to you. The finest meats available and fresh fish too. One-stop market.
One-stop supermarkets have the best delis in Amador County. Their high rollers make my mouth water. Pasta salads, carrot salads, potato salads, all kinds of salads made fresh daily. And don't miss their selection of fresh sandwiches, roast beef, salami, ham, cheese, turkey, plus much more with all the trimmings. One-stop supermarket delis, the place to go for lunch on the run.
One-stop market. One-stop market.
The best delis are at one-stop supermarkets. Ione, Sutter Hill, and Pine Grove.
For the newest look in fashion jewelry, get a pair of unique ear pins available at Goldmine Jewelers. Whether it's clipped on or worn as a pierced earring, the ear pin curves to the contour of the ear, creating a look of sleek sophistication and offering an elegant twist to fine jewelry. Come see Goldmine Jewelers' stunning collection of ear pins in a variety of designs, set with diamonds and other precious stones, starting at only $75 a pair. Ear pins only at Goldmine Jewelers, downtown Jackson.
Why is Santa at the feed barn? Well, to do his Christmas shopping, of course. He wants to pick up some 10-gallon complete aquarium sets for as low as $29.99, plus those beautiful tropical fish. And his bag will be bulging with adorable hamsters and all the special accessories which make them such fun pets. Someone asked Santa for a bird with a new cage, and Santa knows the feed barn carries a great selection. Leashes, collars, and animal toys and treats all make great stocking stuffers. So take a tip from Santa and do your Christmas shopping at the feed barn.
Don't miss your opportunity to be in the 1993 Volcano Telephone Directory. Consolidated Communications Directories is currently working the Amador and Calaveras Counties regional phone book for Volcano Telephone Company. Their professional salespeople will be contacting you shortly to update your business's advertising program. Make sure you hear about the new features offered in the 1993 directory, especially their highlighted white page listings. For more information, call 296-8500. Volcano Telephone Company, Consolidated Communications Directories. Real people helping real people.
Hi, I'm Tim Lentz with Hart Publishers. We're working with the Amador County Chamber of Commerce on an exciting new project to promote business here in Amador County, the first annual full-color 1993 Amador County Chamber of Commerce Business and Referral Directory. The purpose of this valuable source of data is to act as an exclusive guide to quickly locate the quality goods, services, and business leaders that are the essence of Amador's business community. A special full-color section will focus on the lifestyle and economic profile of our community to provide data to both businesses and families looking to relocate to Amador County. In addition, there will be a comprehensive listing of all chamber members. Don't miss this exciting opportunity to promote your business in the 1993 Amador County Chamber of Commerce Business and Community Directory. For more information, call me, Tim Lentz, here at the Chamber office at 223-0350. Thank you.
From preparing your garden to mowing your lawn, a BCS is just what you need. BCS's wide range of tractors accept many attachments including the tiller, chipper shredder, lawnmower, and more. BCS machines have gear drive transmissions, so there are no belts or chains to break. All controls are mounted on the handles for convenience and safety. Try the BCS for all your lawn and garden needs. Call or write today for more information on BCS.
BCS tractors are available at Guy's Saw Center, located right across the street from the Bank of Stockton.
Moments before kickoff this third quarter of the game of the week, sponsored by Guy's Saw Center in Pine Grove, Sac-Joaquin Section Playoff Football Division 3. First half score, Hughson, number 3 in the state, 20. Argonaut Mustangs 6. How did the scoring go, Rick Carter, in that first half?
I'll tell you, the Mustangs put a little scare in Hughson's heart on the second play of the game. Johnny Machado went 85 yards. Second play of the game, 10:40 in the first quarter for a touchdown. Extra point was no good. And then 6 minutes later, the Hughson Huskies drove down the field on a nice sustained drive, and Andy Eichard took it in for a 39-yard touchdown run. Kick failed, so it ended up a 6-6 tie at that point. And then, the kick was good. Miller's kick was good, made it 7-6. Green then scored himself with 6:13 left in the second quarter on a 39-yard touchdown, made it 13-6. And then kind of the hope and prayer at the end of the half. There were 17 seconds to go in the game, and Green was hit in the backfield, which you think he should have been down. Fought free, threw a 32-yard touchdown pass to Charlie Garza, and Miller's kick was good to give you the 26 halftime lead.
What did Ray Johnson tell him at half?
Well, I think you go in at halftime, Larry, and you tell them, guys, look it, we've just finished the first half. We're just as tough as they are. They haven't blown us off the line. They haven't done anything spectacular. You have a 39-yard touchdown run. You have a Hail Mary pass of 17 seconds. Technically, it should be a 13-6 ball game. Now what you do is you say, they're going to get the ball to start the second half. Let's play tough defense, make them punt, get it back, and take it down the field and score, and we're back in the ball game.
How do we do that? Except for the long run by Machado, they haven't really done too much offensively.
Yeah, absolutely correct, Larry. I think what they have to do is they've got to sustain the drive, keep a drive going. The counters to Machado were very effective. They worked real well. And I would see him maybe throwing the ball a little bit more in the flat. And there's a break.
Eichert lets it go right through his legs. It's a question whether they touched it or not, isn't it?
It makes no difference. On that case, if he touched it and still rolled into the end zone, they would probably call it's the momentum of the kick, so it would be a muff kick, and it'd still come out at the 20-yard line.
I suppose Hughson now with a big lead say, hey, let's just take the ball and run it like we usually do and use up time and keep the ball away from Argonaut, and we're going to win this.
Well, absolutely, because remember, Larry, the Mustangs played tremendous defense and held them twice on long, sustained drives, and they got no points out of it.
Cipineri's a tailback. Watch him coming off the right side to open up the second half. 1st and 10. Now, Green passes. See, there he is, Cipineri. They blocked that so well that, I mean, the minute he gets the ball, he's got 10 yards ahead of him with no one in sight.
Well, let's give credit. Andy Eichert did a nice job. Inside linebacker Daniel Lane. Eichert led right around, made nice contact up above the waist, was able to hold Lane up long enough where he just rambled for a 15-yard gain and a first down.
I hate to say it, but on that play, they're handling Damon Wyckoff and Lane and others on that side, and I don't know what their blocking scheme is. 1st and 10. Anyway, but now Eichert's back there, tailback. Inside handoff to Eichert, and short yardage that time.
Now, on that play, Damon Wyckoff was in on the stop, and what he did is he shot the gap to his right, so they had a slant to the right. Guessed right, the play was going that way. Number 71, Brandon Decker, tried to handle Wyckoff that time, was unable.
Say, don't burn it. Shred or chip rush with a shredder or chipper from Guy's Saw Center in Pine Grove. More about that in a moment. The second half's underway. Hughson 20, Argonaut 6. Handoff, Cipineri off the weak side. Again, one of the few times that, late penalty flag that they manhandled Cipineri. I hope they didn't grab a face mask and pull him down.
Well, Lyman was in on the stop there. Jared Lyman with a stop. And it looks as though it is going to be a face mask call against the Mustangs.
Tough break, because they really had him stopped on that one. Anyway, shredder or chipper from Guy's Saw Center, use it, then compost the result. It's environmentally okay. Shredders and chippers are in. That's at Guy's Saw Center, outdoor equipment headquarters across from the Bank of Stockton in Pine Grove. Lane is out of there. No, is that right? Yeah, Lane is out of there defensively. I wonder who took his position.
Well, we got Jason Fisher,
outside.
Johnny Machado.
Clark is back here on this side.
Lyman and Alderson are the...
One-back offense. 1st and 10. Handoff to the one remaining back right up the middle. Everyone gets pushed ahead. The whole pile like a rugby scrum for about 4 yards.
You got Wyckoff and Jamin Worm in on the stop for the Mustangs.
Say, you ask about the Geo Metro. Well, that's that sporty little car from Prospect Motors. If you're commuting your way into bankruptcy, know that the Geo Metro is the highest mileage car sold in America. 50 miles per gallon, and it looks smart, towed by an RV, too. 10-19, third quarter, 26. Handoff to Cipineri. Hit very quickly that time. Short yardage for that lanky tailback, who usually makes about 10. It looks like Fisher, the linebacker on that side, got the tackle.
Jason Fisher just kind of knifed through, and that's probably the spot you better hit Cipineri is around the ankles, because Angelo is 6'3", 205 pounds, and he glides very well.
How do you play linebacker at 150 pounds? I guess you're sure Fisher play very well.
You play with a lot of heart.
3rd and short 4 for Hughson. Argonaut needs to stop these folks. They're ready to come. I don't know if anybody jumped to Eichert, but still going. Not Eichert, but Piazza. He's got the first down. 2nd and 3rd effort. I thought they had him stopped. No, it was Eichert. Eichert's 24. Piazza's 44. Thought they had him stopped.
Well, what happened? He got kind of balled up there in the middle there, guys blocking, and somebody tried to grab him by the shoulder pad, And he just kind of shrugged his shoulder, moved to the outside, and picked up the other 6-7 yards.
Here's the 225-pound average offensive line in action, but they really don't outweigh Argonaut that much, so you can't say they have a tremendous advantage. It's only about 3 or 4 pounds. 9:26 left, third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 31.
You got a double flanker to the right with Charlie
Cipineri on a counter, and Wyckoff is right there to grab him, but even he grabbed him immediately. Cipineri pulled Damon ahead for about 3 yards.
Well, that's the first time, and we talk about halftime adjustments. That's the first time that Argonaut really has stopped that play, and of course, you know, a 2.5, 3-yard gain is considered a stop on first down.
Well, Wyckoff's on this side. How's he stopping Cipineri on the weak side over there?
What they probably did is they had a slant coming the opposite direction. He had to loop the other side. Sometimes you do that with the
2nd and long, handoff to Cipineri, right side. He cuts in, still on his feet. He's trying to fight through Mullen. Big fella. He gets all the way to the 18. You can see why he averages 8.5 yards per carry. He's been over 1,400 yards this season, and there he is again, Angelo Cipineri.
Well, you saw Willie Mullen trying to hold him up, and then a host of other Mustangs coming, and you just asked the question, how did Damon Wyckoff make that tackle the play before? Wyckoff came all the way out here also. Defensive lineman, he got blocked down, fought himself back up, and still got part of the tackle.
1st and 10, so as we expected, Hughson now just grinding it out on the ground. They're leading comfortably 20-6. And they have 1st and 10 from about the 18. Cipineri's a tailback, and I think fake. You know, Green keeps it behind Cipineri's block, still on his feet. Someone comes up, a couple guys come up to down him, but Green probably has been the difference today thus far offensively in this ball game. Alderson rather, up for Argonaut.
Yeah, they did a nice job kind of stringing it out, and then Alderson was able to knife through and make the stop.
Say, sink your taste into one of Frank A's delicious pizzas or hamburgers. You know, Frank A's uses nothing but the freshest vegetables and cheeses to top off their great pizza. So eat a pizza today from Frank A's Pizza in Plymouth and Pine Grove. 2nd and short 5 for the Houston Huskies on the roll. Counter handoff to Cipineri, still on his feet. As you say, he's real tall and powerful, and you got to hit the guy low to get him down immediately. Otherwise, he muscles ahead for good yardage. That time about 3. It's going to be 3rd down short 2. Ball inside the 10, down just inside the 10.
I'll tell you, Jamin Worm hits like a rock. I mean, he hit him, and he made him stop, and then Wyckoff and Lyman were able to finish him off on that play.
3rd and very short. Handoff, first man through, probably Piazza. I think he's got the first down. They pull him back, but he'll have a first down at about the 6. So the Hughson running attack, that I formation, I don't know if they're wearing Argonaut down, but they're moving right down the field.
Well, they've moved the ball all day very effectively, and I think that usually at this part of the field, the Mustangs have gotten real tough with them. They've stopped them twice. But, you know, that's how many times can you stop a machine like this?
A couple of defensive changes there. I see Sam Poo into the lineup. He's 260 or 270. Fake to Eichert going around. A lot of pursuit over there, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, or he might have lost a yard or 2. Say, if you witnessed a crime, will remain anonymous, but provide information about it. Phone 223-4900. If your information leads to an arrest and arraignment, you will receive a reward. That's Amador's Secret Witness Program. It needs your help to stop crime. Call 223-4900.
Well, that last play, Fisher and Worm did a nice job staying with him and keeping him maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
From about the 5, handoff to Cipineri. Cuts back in over tackle. Mike Clark is on top of him. Wyckoff is at his ankles.
And the original tackle, the first guy to hit him is number 40, Jason Fisher. Jason's going to be up, you know, he'll get up tomorrow morning and go, hey, Mom, let me show you the bruise where I got him on this play, and I'll show you the other bruise here.
It is a yard or so short.
Now, this is where it's kind of what they call the gut check. It's real difficult. There's good beef in there both ways.
This time they might fake it. Green might go wide.
Is coming out. It looks as though they've got a little confusion in there. In fact, I could hear the Houston coaches out there telling him, get him out of there, get him out of there.
So they have to take a timeout. That gives a chance to Gary Traverso, the defensive coordinator for Argonaut, to come in with 5:43 left in the quarter. And Hughson leading 20-6 and threatening here to, well, we don't want to say ice it, but another touchdown might be all that they would need. At mailboxes, etc., you can help support your local schools. How do you do that? Well, make a UPS shipment or purchase $10 worth of merchandise, and mailboxes, etc., will donate 50 cents to the school of your choice, like Rick Carter's here.
Absolutely.
Mailboxes, etc., is located next to Long's in the Jackson Creek Plaza.
You know, I just enjoy watching Coach Franca come out there. It's just kind of, you know, okay, guys, now listen. You know, we got about a yard. So let's just maybe, you know, what do you guys want? Which one do you want to carry it? Coach DeVerso just as excited, saying, okay, guys, this is a time where if defensive players get their credit, I think he's going to put all the defensive guys in the gaps, making them have to really double down somewhere and try to open it up.
They got a flanker and a wide receiver just to kind of, and easily into the end zone goes Eichert, I believe. Cipineri was not in there. So the powerful Houston Huskies, Hughson, rolling over the Argonaut Mustangs, and they lead now 26-6 with 5:38 remaining in the third quarter. They didn't have to go to the air once that time, kept it on the ground. Great power, moved right down the field. And Argonaut is tough against the rush. They always have been against everybody, so that just shows how big and strong and powerful Hughson is. Miller's PAT is no good, so he's missed a couple of today. But the only thing that's really gone wrong for the Huskies, and it is 26-6. Argonaut trailing. We'll be back in a moment. You're looking at Johnny Machado, who early in this ball game, only about a minute and a half in, ran one 85 yards, and that's about really the only thing that Argonauts had to cheer about today, as Hughson has taken control. Ball recovered, and the player, of course, on the ground. No return possible, but Boring covered the ball, no fumble, and Argonaut will have pretty good field position. Trailing, so I know. Well, yeah, you're trailing by 20, Rick. So,
well, what
you can't grind it out on the ground any longer, can
well, you want to score quickly now, and they can. You saw Machado go 85 yards in the first play. I'll tell you what Houston did is they respect Argonaut speed, as they just squib kicked that off there and said, hey, we're not giving any of these quick backs a chance to take the ball. Straight up the middle, gain of 7, 6 on that play. That's to Machado. What that play does is gives you an opportunity. You might break that.
Mm-hmm.
You might go right up the middle and go.
Houston has to be relaxed, I would think. Tankersley in with play. Kind of relaxed. They got a good lead now. They can relax a little bit until Argonaut does something to kind of get their heads really back into it.
Well, they definitely won't relax, but they'll, kind of play it a little soft and say, okay, we'll keep everything
soft, relax, whatever the nomenclature is. They don't have to be up real high here for a while. Hand off to Clark on the weak side. A couple good blockers, but the one defender fought off the blockers and made the tackle. Casey Beadle, a 150-pound junior. Boy, that's how to play defense.
Well, Casey saw Damon Wyckoff leading and coming at him, and Casey said, I got to just quickly get by him. Damon wasn't able to pick him off soon enough, and he was able to make the stop.
So, short gain. It looked like it could be for much longer. It's going to be 3rd and a long 3 for Argonaut. They obviously need a first down. They need to sustain a drive. They need to score and get back into the game, trailing by 20. Hand off to Clark, right side. He is muscled down short.
He can be short by about a yard.
Yeah. Would you kick or would you go for it?
Well, at this point, I guess I'd probably have to kick the ball, only that if I don't make it, you're caught in a catch-22
right.
because
you haven't done anything since the first drive, so you might as well go for it.
And they're going to go. They said, let's just try it and see what happens here.
4th and real short, and of course, Hughson massing up, and Matley, quarterback, sneaks, and with a surge behind his center, David Stevens, Lyman, and Barnett, he made the first down.
What I was talking about the catch-22 is, as effectively that Houston has moved the football today, if you punt it deep, they could run out the whole quarter on you. If you don't make it, maybe they're only going to run out a couple of minutes. So you never know how to make that call.
That's a catch-23.
Yeah,
I think.
20. Yeah. That's with the asterisk. It's read it at the bottom, and if you believe it, go for it.
From the 47 or 48, Matley, the quarterback. 3:25 left. Hand off to the weak. No, Matley keeps it. He's done a lot of running the ball today. for short yardage. I'd rather see him running out in the flat and throwing the ball rather than running with it.
That could be setting up that play, though. I really thought they were going to throw it on that as they faked it. He faked it again, and I thought he would kind of drop right back and hit Mullen deep on that play.
Short gain, second and long is 7. The ball near the 45. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Hughson, 26, Argonaut, 6. They shift. Machado goes wide.
That's usually where he put Clark in motion.
Clark is slotted. He's not in motion this time. Quick look-in pass, in and out of the hands of Guy Boring, the tight end, and Piazza stuck his arm in there, too.
Yeah, the ball was right there, and as Boring tried to wrap his other arm, Piazza had a hand on it. That's a good quick one.
Third and long. Say, Armchair Jocks, find great jackets, T-shirts, accessories, and more from the NFL, NBA, and NHL. Well, that's NHL and all Major League Baseball team at the Sports Locker. More about that in a moment. Rolling out, he's got time. In and out of the hands of Clark. I was watching Mullen down there, and he was yelling for the ball, and he kind of stopped his pattern. I guess he decided that Matley was not going to throw it to him.
Yeah, I think that, as I said, I would probably at this point, Hughson has put absolutely no pass rush on Matley all day long. If I'm scouting this team, if I'm Escalon that's here and I'm scouting, and I'm sure they're here, say, hey, we're going to roll out the little floating pocket, and we'll throw on them all day long.
Clark's back, have to punt. He's missed the chance for the first down. Senior Mike Clark taken by, that's that, boy, have you ever seen a quarterback like it? He's like Steve Young, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
My golly, he thinks he's a runner, and he is.
Yep, he takes fields of punts. Remember, there was a guy by the name of Joe Theismann. When he first started with the Redskins, he was a punt returner.
We were telling you about the Sports Locker, Jackson Creek Plaza. You can also find there athletic shoes and team sports shoes from Nike, Reebok, and LA Gear. That's the Sports Locker, Jackson Creek Plaza. Third quarter, 2:20 left in it, and Hughson leading 26-6. Have pretty much everything their own way from about the middle of the second quarter on. And another timeout. They're not functioning too well. No, Argonaut's calling the timeout this time. And we'll be back.
They have 10 guys on the field.
2:12 left, third quarter, 26-6. Houston on top. They'll meet, if they continue this, they'll meet Escalon in the semifinals of the playoff. That'll be quite a rematch. They beat Escalon the first time, but it should be a good one. And then Ripon and Calaveras next Friday night at Calaveras. I don't know how they got home field advantage 2 weeks in a row, but they did it.
They're not complaining.
I guess it's undisputed champ, whereas Ripon was a tie champ, so maybe that's the reason why that occurred. First and 10, quick look-in pass. Oh, tremendous interception by Mike Clark. Inside the 10. Now, normally Clark is playing on the other side, but they moved him this time to take care of Green, and there he is, right in the pattern. A marvelous interception.
Hey, that's a tremendous rebound. Manny Cranford will love it. He went up, pulled that ball down, and I'm going to tell you, Tom, I know you got it. What was nice is he started rambling with that ball. He shifted the ball to get it away from the inside so he wouldn't drop the football on the contact. First and goal, Mustangs, and this is what they need.
They certainly did. They haven't been really close to it since the first quarter. To Machado off the weak side and not too much progress. I don't know whether they're going to run it in. They might have to, well, I don't know. Eichert making the tackle in the last play.
They had a good push downfield on that, but Machado wasn't able to break that first tackle.
Roll out Matley, like you say, and give him a chance to look over for the short pass into the end zone, run it himself, whatever.
Kind of the Steve Young theory of
well, it puts more pressure on the defense.
Well, and that one was just kind of a power. That was a power handoff there. They've been real effective using the counter
from about the 7, second and goal.
Double tight. Matley's going to run it. Eichert breaks the tackle or breaks the block.
6. I've never seen Matley run it so much. I didn't realize that was in the game plan to have him run the ball.
Well, I noticed it last week in the big game. You know, he scored on that touchdown run a couple of times when he went around the end, and then he scored the TD.
So 2 running plays and virtually no gain, so they're faced third and goal from about the 7 with 57 seconds remaining. Say, buy a chipper or shredder from Guy's Saw Center in Pine Grove. Chip or shred the stuff and compost the result. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. Faking, rolling out, push into the end zone, touchdown Boring, and that is the first pass I've seen Guy Boring catch this season. I guess we might have missed other ones, and I've been waiting for it.
Excellent block by Steve Barnett. There was the outside linebacker was coming right up on Matley. Barnett knocked.
He just pushed him down. I guess that's legal. You just pushed him down.
Knockdown on him, which opened up the passing lane, and Matley was able to nice and easy throw it in for a, I believe that was about an 8-yard touchdown pass.
Call it 7 or 8, doesn't make any difference. Anyway, the score is important, so they're a little bit closer to it with a quarter to go, and they need to, they're trying for a 2-pointer, and they got it. Pass to Clark. Good throw by Matley that time. I don't think Hughson was expecting that at all. And suddenly, it's Clark's interception, a return to the 7, and from about the 7, on the 3rd down, Matley finding his tight end Guy Boring alone, or pretty much alone enough in the end zone for the touchdown. It's only 12 points. Hope springs eternal. You can come back and score 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, even against the 3rd-ranked team.
You bet, you bet. And that's part of what, you know, we were talking, of course, we were talking about terminology, relax, play soft, or whatever. I think what Hughson did was they said, this game is in the pocketbook right now. I don't have to worry about it. I think I'll try a little flip pass out here. Clark makes the turnover. They make him pay for it with a touchdown.
I don't know how he caught that.
And I'm going to tell you right now, this is where, obviously, Coach Traverso has to tell his guys, we need to stop right here. Get a good kickoff and play good defense.
We were telling you about Guy's Sauce Center, and we'll tell you a little bit more after Tankersley boots his kickoff. They don't want a long return either. Garza has it at the 25, running horizontally, being chased up to the 30, about the 35, and knocked out of bounds in front of the Hughson bench. Well, anyway, we're telling you about a chipper or shredder from Guy's Sauce Center in Pine Grove. You chip or shred the stuff and compost the result. Environmentally right and safer and cleaner than burning. It's got a great mulch for your garden and yard, too. So chippers and shredders are in. Guy's Sauce Center across from the Bank of Stockton in Pine Grove. They need another turnover. Of course, the quarter's going to end here soon, but they need a turnover. They can't afford to let them drive down for another score. They've got to stop them. Get a turnover.
They want to hold them on 1st down. Hold them right here on 1st down.
Counter handoff.
They do a nice play.
Yeah, all things considered, Cipineri, and that's one of the few times he's held to 2 yards today.
They double-teamed Wyckoff that time, tried to push. Barnett got a good push in there, and then Worm came up. 1st down dictates now.
Yeah.
If they can hold them and make them have to put the ball in the air, which I doubt. Coach Franco right now is probably going, boy, why did I make that call? You know, let's keep it on the ground. We drove the whole time before for a touchdown.
Cipineri comes into the lineup lately. They might have to call another timeout.
So that's going to be the last play of the half. That's what they're or the quarter.
Right. Quarter ends. Hughson 26, Argonaut 14. We'll return.
Sears on Sutter Hill is your locally owned and operated catalog, home entertainment, and appliance store. The Barnett family are dedicated to bringing you friendly service and quality products backed by Sears' satisfaction guaranteed commitment. Sears is Amador County's premier home entertainment and appliance center, offering Sears Kenmore line and other major name brand products. Sears Catalog Store on Ridge Road, just east of Highway 49. Shop Sears where satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. We think you'll agree it's the place to shop for your money's worth and a whole lot more.
Frederick Pump and Well Drilling was formed in 1977 on a foundation of giving the consumer quality products and service at the most competitive pricing possible without dropping the quality of the finished product. They've been very successful in this by keeping abreast of new marketing techniques and advancements in the industry. Call the professionals at Frederick Pump and Well Drilling at 1-800-491-WELL or 223-3731.
Our star is a bright one, acting as a beacon to guide you to the finest grouping of local businesses in the Motherlode. As you can see, the friendly folks at the plaza aren't shy about their quality of products and services, and the customers, they don't seem shy about their approval. Why not come and relax under the glow of our star, a symbol of arresting proportions that's sure to catch your eye. That's the Amador Plaza in Natal.
Welcome, sports fans. We're back at the Sports Locker, and as you can see, we're showing you the hats, all the baseball, football, college hats that they have. We've got pro jackets, college jackets here, running shoes, football, basketball, volleyball shoes, wrestling shoes, all the shoes that you can imagine. There's Tom Pans over here. We even have dress shoes here at the Sports Locker. If you can't find the shoe that you need today, go to Swenson's Shoes right next to the post office here in Jackson.
Amador County Environmental Services ACES proudly announces the construction and operation of a resource and recovery transfer station at their Berry Street Pine Grove yard. This new facility allows Amador County's upcountry residents the fastest and most efficient method of handling their disposable wastes in a clean and safe environment. The transfer station is also instrumental in fulfilling Amador County's long-term state-mandated recycling obligations by providing a plant designed to also be used for recycling, sorting, and handling. ACES can dispose of all your approved waste and purchase your recyclable materials at their Berry Street Pine Grove location. ACES also operates California's certified recyclable buyback centers at Safeway in Jackson and One Stop Market in Ione. Transfer station and certified buyback location hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until noon and 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. For more information, contact our Pine Grove office at 296 ACES. Remember, ACES, Amador County's leading waste management and recycling specialist.
Game of the week, Sac-Joaquin section playoffs. Larry Sonato along with Rick Carter. Hughson, 26, Argonaut 14. Argonaut came back a little bit in that third quarter to score a touchdown. And Hughson's ball, 2nd and 7 play. Very important play right here. Argonaut stop him, get the ball back, because they can't let Cipaneri.
Oh, no.
I don't know how he's doing it. He's got a first down. I thought he was stopped way back up there, and he kept staying on his feet, spinning around, and...
Well, you know, you teach that, and I know these coaches have taught that. Make contact, wrap, and bring him down. Cipaneri's strong, but he didn't wrap. He broke through. They had him for about a, you know, it was going to bring up 4th and 4 on the play.
So another first down for Hughson. They needed that one badly. They didn't get it. See if they can get it this time. From about the Argonaut 47 or 8. Handoff, weak side, Eichert. There are people out there. And, boy, they missed another tackle. 3 Argonaut players. Finally, the 4th or 5th. Molen missed him. Other people missed him out there. And I think Wyckoff was one of them. And, my gosh.
Well, they had him stopped. And, again, it's just shabby tackling right now. Now you got to get the gut check and say, come on, darn it, we've been doing this since August. Let's start tackling.
From the 35. So a loss. Could have been a loss. Big gain. 1st and 10 for Hughson from the 35. They're trailing, they're leading by 12 points, Hughson, 11:24 remaining in the game. This is one drive Argonaut needs to stop. Handoff to Cipaneri, and one of the beautiful, clean tackle, low by Boring, grabbed Cipaneri around the, almost the ankles and got him down.
Well, that's what you talked about. He hit, he wrapped, and he let himself slide down until he could bring the ball carrier down.
Marvelous play. Cipaneri's not used to that. He rambles for about 9. His average today must be about 10 yards a carry. One of the few times he was stopped right along the line of scrimmage. Virtually 2nd and 10 play. Real big one here for Argonaut. They got to stop these guys. Cipaneri in motion. Green faking, giving to Piazza. Gains 4.
Jason Fisher with a stop.
Say, Amador County Environmental Services, that's ACES, now offers complete curbside recycling. Why hassle your own recyclables? ACES will collect, sort, and recycle for you. ACES can process any amount in their new modern plant in Pine Grove. If you still want to do it yourself, keep listening, but call ACES for details, 296-2237. This quarter brought to you by ACES.
Tom and I were kind of agreeing. I'm not sure they'll throw the ball again, but then again, Green is, they've got split out wide to this side is sharp.
A fumble. And Green.
Now, hang on. There you go.
Wyckoff, I mean, it took 3 guys to kind of get him down.
Well, it took about 780 pounds worth of Mustangs with Pooh and Wyckoff, and, you know, they came in and said, here we go.
These Hughson backs are strong. That's all I can say, because our guys are big and strong themselves.
Now, they're back to punt.
Yeah.
Now, this
Green
is their first punt of the day now, and I would not be overly surprised to see him take off running with it either, especially if it's any kind of a bad snap.
They put Argonaut in real deep position. Marvelous punt. He's heading for the coffin corner, and it just goes into the end zone. That was mighty close. 1 yard this side, and you would have had it out of bounds on the 1. Otherwise, Argonaut gets it on the 20 on the touchback. Overall sponsor of this game of the week is Prospect Motors of Jackson, where it's holiday buying a new car time. When great deals are made, Prospect will make them. So now during the holidays, a new car at the lowest price. Prospect Motors in Jackson, where it's new car buying time with 9:28 remaining fourth quarter. Hughson 26-14. Boy, if Argonaut could score on this possession, that would make it really interesting.
Yeah. You know what's going to be fun is like you sit down and start analyzing this game, and we'll analyze it right now. You don't give up that fluke touchdown right before the end of the half.
Yeah.
You know, we're looking at an 18-14 ball game.
From the 20, and they shift into what you would think would be a passing formation, but we'll see. And a simple handoff to Worm, going right up the middle for big yardage, about 8 or 9 before Eichert and Vivo made the stop.
Well, you know, we talked about at the top of the show about how both these teams run similar offenses. In fact, almost identical. That's the identical thing. Hughson split everybody out, run the fullback up the middle. Argonaut did the same thing. Now it makes them think a little bit.
I wonder if they were lucky or they checked off.
Now let's see. Let's see if they shift again and then put Clark in motion this time.
Second and short. They hand off to this side.
Down.
Machado was hard to bring down
running.
too, and he has the first down. He only had to go beyond that stripe, and he did so. Say you need a well-drilled, well, rely on the experts, Hunt Drilling. They know pumps and pressure systems, and they specialize in, well, in septic systems, excavating of building pads, roads, brushing, trenching. Owner-operators, Tom and Debbie Hunt. They give you free estimates and package discounts. So call Hunt Drilling, 223-2811. First down from the 31. Counter handoff to Mike Clark.
We got
and penalty flag goes down late as number 88, tough to break up. Sharp made the tackle.
They're going to call. They're going to call a hold on that. On the, it looked like Lyman. To me, it looked like Lyman had made contact and was doing real well. But again, we got the. It will be holding against him. We've got the Hughson coaches to our left, Larry, and I heard him going, "Come on, throw the flag. He's holding." So obviously you have a better view, but the official was. He was calling it all the way. He just had to dig a ways to get that flag out.
Stopping the clock, 8:35 left in the game. Hughson 26, Argonaut 14. The winner of this plays Escalon in the semifinals next week. I think it's at Hughson. I think I overheard somebody say that, but I'm not sure. They've met before. Hughson won, but it could be anybody's ball game.
Yeah, you got Machado and Clark. Machado split out left on this side. First
Madley got away from the rush. Throws it down here, not far enough, and broken up by number 81. There he is, Gary Madsen.
You know, Larry, the part that, again, I'm not at practice every day, but if you're going to take off and running like that, that was the first pressure they had all day. Now you see the guy, go ahead and stop real quick, get something on that ball, and you'd have had him. You'd have had him. It's hard to throw on the run.
So it looked like it was open, but then they had coverage front and back, and when the ball got there, it wasn't open.
Well, they dodged a bullet there. That could have been picked off.
Second and very long, 16 or so for Argonaut. They trail by 12. They need to keep this drive going. Tankersley, as we see, and Machado or the wide receivers.
Good protection.
Madley in the rush. He's trying to get away from it, and he's not going to get away from it. And he has dropped at about the 18. So you were observing that he hadn't been rushed all day. Lately, he has.
Jeremy Matkins was able to trip him up. You know, it was pretty good protection, and it broke down a little bit as he started to move the pocket to the right. And Matkins tripped him up.
Did you see the speed on Matkins? He's 260-pound sophomore, and boy, good swift for a guy that size. Third and very long. What will Argonaut do here? They're going further back. Third and about 21. Here comes the rush. We got a block. Mullen. Well, who's got the speed? Who's got the speed? It's Mullen from the 20. Willie. No penalty flags. Incredible blocking out in front of him. Argonaut on third and 21. A screen pass to Willie. Mullen goes all the way, and the Mustangs suddenly are back in it. They trail only by 6 points. And they may well go for the 2-point conversion. That could narrow it to 4.
I'll tell you right now, Larry, that was, we've been talking about all day. Throw the screen. We got to hand it to Willie. Willie broke 2-3 tackles. Once he got out there and got past him, we can talk all about the number 3 team in the state. Speed isn't one of their assets. I'll tell you that right now. They are going for 2 because it makes no difference. Now, you're still going to have score.
Intercepted. Pat Sharp is a sharp defender, no doubt about that. So he plucks that one off. But Argonaut only trails by 6. So somehow all things are not going that well for Argonaut today. They're just gutting it out and staying in there. They trail only by 6. 7:31 left. Can you imagine 3rd down and 21+ yards, and they come through with a long screen pass? I was hoping for a 1st down, let alone a touchdown. Incredible.
Well, Willie has, has good balance. He got hit 2-3 different times, but once he was able to break that cornerback's tackle, then it was, and you saw he was gaining. He was gaining. He was bringing up light all the way between. Now, the difference is the Mustangs played good defense last series. They had bad tackling at the beginning, but they finally held. They got a good 1st down surge, hold at one time. So now what they want to do is they're going to try to keep the ball away from them a little bit. They squib kicked it last time. This is a ball game. Now we go back to those what ifs. What if we wouldn't have given up that touchdown?
We got Cipineri back this time, I noticed. They're their top runner. He's back at the 10 along with Piazza, I believe. Whether they kick it deep, short, or whatever, we'll find out. Tankersley, 7:31 left in the game, and they kick it medium. Piazza from about 15, right up the middle, trying to cut out. Not much room there at all, and stop them near the 35-yard line in this 4th quarter. Say, get your shirts, laundry, and dry cleaning professionally done at Jackson Cleaners. They specialize in drapery and leather cleaning and alterations. The Travascus family features old-fashioned, hands-on service and exceptional quality control. Pickup and delivery may be provided. That's Jackson Cleaners, long a fixture on Main Street in Jackson.
Well, right now for the Mustangs, they've got to rise to the occasion. They have to have a stop right here, right on 1st down.
On the 1st play, 2 Cipineri running hard. He got through the 1st tackler, the 2nd and 3rd, and he gets up about 8. So he has great blocking initially, and then he has all that power. He steps out of tacklers, and he's a tough act to follow. 1,500 yards this year.
He's a load. I mean, you look at this young man's body at the size at 6'3", 205, and you look at you look in the NFL, and there are running backs that are just about that size. When he, another 4 or 5 years playing college football, he'll go 220, 225.
2nd and very short, 6:40 left in the game. So all they have to do is get a few 1st downs, drive down the field, use up that clock, and the game could be over. And Argonaut needs to get a hold of it and score a touchdown. Well, this game will be tied.
Lyman made the stop that time, and I think at this point, if they're going to run straight ahead like that, what the Mustangs will be doing is they'll be trying to tackle the football. Somebody make contact, wrap up, and let's reach and grab for the football. We need that turnover.
Out of the huddle, 1st and 10 from about 48 or 9, 6:25. We'll keep a little, watch the clock for you. Hand off to a counter play to Cipineri. He's straight arming, got all kinds of power and everything else. Finally pulled out of bounds by Fisher
and Tankersley.
And Cipineri may be a little hurt after that tackle, but he is just tough to bring down. Weak side, strong side, whatever side. He's an outstanding back.
I think he's getting tired, a little bit tired. He got popped real well. I'll tell you, Larry, they ran out of sideline there.
Yeah.
He got hit and fumbled the football, but he was going out, going out of bounds.
Another 1st down, stopping the clock, 6:13. Say, keep Gordon Hill in mind when planning holiday events and festivities. Flowers certainly add a lot to any event. Weddings, parties, birthdays, other times when you want to express sympathy, caring, get well, holiday greetings, say it with flowers. Hand off Piazza. Big hole up the middle. He's still on his feet, as you can see, and all the way down to the 24. Precisely what Argonaut didn't want to happen, so that big line wearing down a big defensive line. 6:06, they stop the clock again. That's the only good thing about this. Every time they make a 1st down, they stop the clock.
Well, it only stops it long enough to move the chains. But Mike Clark's called a timeout for the Mustangs. I think Gary Traverso wants to go out and set him up.
Talking about Gordon Hill a moment ago, think of Gordon Hill during these holidays. It's as easy as picking up the phone, dialing Gordon Hill Flowers, 223-0123. For probably the clinching touchdown. They only lead by 6 now. Argonaut's got to come up with something to stop him. Cipineri.
What a tackle by
James
Worm.
Jamin Worm, and that's how you've got to hit that Cipineri, right around the ankles and just scythe him down, because otherwise he powers through your tackle. Run it himself if nothing else works. We'll find out.
Their power eye right.
Counter to Cipineri, big hole off left side. He goes all the way down to the 15. It's short of a first down. Tell you, hand off to Piazza, hit immediately. Wyckoff pulls him down, but he certainly has a first down. He gained 2 or 3. And so Hughson keeping the ball, using the clock, driving down, and this could be the clincher if they can somehow get it in. All they have to get in is good field position for a field goal. They're there already. First down, Cipineri. That's a huge hole, I tell you.
They've got to start going for the ball, Larry.
He just knocked Damon right down in that play. It was just wide open. So, and you're taking on a tough cookie when you take care of Wyckoff. From the 10-yard line, same play, Cipineri inside the 5. Boy, what power. And right in front of him is Brandon Deckard.
You know what Cipineri's doing? Looks like he's just keeping his hand on his back saying,
good old
"Keep on,
Brian.
big fella, I'm with you."
Keep charging. Keep your knees up high, Brian. Keep them up high, you know.
Yeah, I think Jason Fish looked for a nice hot bath and tell Mom, just keep bringing the hot water, huh? Be done.
Goal from about 3, so Hughson needed to drive the ball. That's what they did. Great power, and Argonaut knows it's coming, but they can't stop him. I think it's Eichert, but I'm not sure. He's close to the goal line. Say, you preteen out there, listen up. Take Mom and Dad to Perco's on a Monday night. You can eat free. Yes, sirree, Bob. Buy an adult meal and earn a free kids meal from their junior menu. Forget Monday Night Football. Remember Monday night at Perco's, where kids are special. Well, it's going to take a special effort now to stop Hughson from going in with 3:36 left in this fourth quarter. They're already ahead by 6. And I'm surprised I could say that, only ahead by 6 at this juncture, but they're about ready to give it to the first man through, and he's in just barely. I guess it was Piazza. Here, obviously, they're not trying to kick. Fake, Green, an option play to Cipineri, and no good. You can't run back a PAT try. So I think it's the first time today they tried an option series.
Yeah, that's, you know, and Larry, I want to say something. In college, you can run those back. If you run it back, you get 2 points.
Really? You hearing him all right, Tom?
Mine's terrible.
Well, if you still insist that you want to recycle your own cans and bottles and everything, use one of ACE's 3 state-certified buyback centers, Safeway in Jackson, One Stop in Ione, and the Pine Grove Transfer Station. ACE's is not only Amador's leading waste collection company, but also its recycling leader. For more details, phone ACE's 296-2237.
Well, now this time, Hughson has the ball teed up to kick the ball deep. The time before, they just kind of squibbed it.
Yeah.
They didn't want to have the run back.
I don't think Miller can really kick it that deep. He can't get it really beyond the 15. Let's see what happens here. Well,
Yeah, that's Fisher with the ball.
Fisher returns maybe 5 yards up to about the 34. Goes out here. It's, of course, man-man defense. Madley rolling out, looking for Machado. Slant pattern intercepted. Piazza. He goes up. No, he's in. Worm tried to push him out at the last. Piazza picked off the pass like he knew it was coming and went in for the touchdown. So like they say, when you pass, a lot of bad things can happen. One good thing if you complete it, and the bad things have been happening for Argonaut. That was that about the second interception, second or third. Great defensive work by Piazza. I'm not sure where he came from, but he knew it was coming, picked it up. 20s. It was real close a moment ago, but now it's not. Miller's PAT try is no good. Miller's had problems today. He's missed 3. Nonetheless, the Hughson Huskies 38, Argonaut 20 with 2:52 left in this game.
They intercept the pass from you.
That's what I thought a while ago. I just wasn't hearing him. Yeah, all right. Meanwhile, back at...
Well, the kickoff goes out of bounds, so they'll take possession, I believe, at the 40-yard line. In high school football, you can never tell what's going to happen.
Mullen, who, no, he missed it. Where do I go?
When they picked it up, Jason Fisher said, "Do you want me to take it?" Willie said, "No,
No,
I'll take
you,
it."
Alphonse.
And all of a sudden it was, "Oh, I wish you'd have taken it."
Yeah, right. Thought it was slotted that direction. See Matley at quarterback. Here comes the rush. Throws one in the flat. Boy, they're on him, you know, closely. Machado was out there, but Vivo was right on his back.
Yeah. Made some of these other guys go, "Hey, I might be able to score. Let's get that. Let's try to intercept it."
2nd and 10, 2:27. Matley back to pass again. Throws one intended for Boring. No, it wasn't Boring. Machado. A little high, maybe behind him. Not quite sure. Looked up late.
High. Machado
Incomplete.
went up and tried to tip it to himself. Sometimes that'll turn into disaster, too.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they had to rise back, and they did it. That's a sign of a championship team. They
Clark
came right
in
back.
motion. Matley getting away from the
Set
rush.
your feet. Set your feet.
Oh, that
That
should be 15. He was out of bounds. He was out of bounds, tackled, but maybe the guy hit him just right at the line. No penalty called anyway, and officials were right there, so. Argonaut will end up 5-5, most likely. Here comes the rush. Matley doesn't have a chance at all on 4th down. Couldn't even throw it. So Hughson will take over from about the 23 or 24. Day will save you for next week.
Tracy Miller checked in.
See the guy that does the booting? And somebody penetrates. Fisher, I don't know where he came from, and Miller say, "Hey, you haven't knocked anybody down behind the line of scrimmage all day. How come you're picking on me?"
Yeah, I just got in here. Now leave me alone.
Well, less than a minute remaining in the game, regardless. Hand off to the fullback.
And Adam Klein in there, quarterback.
After this, and it'll be all over. And Miller again dragged down by Daniel Lane and company, and maybe they'll stop the clock, but there's probably no point in doing it. No, they're not stopping it. It's moving. So that is the final play of the game. Let's take a look quickly at the scoring, Rick, and how did that go before we conclude this?
We ended up with Argonaut getting on the board first with Machado, an 85-yard touchdown run. And then Hughson came back and scored, you know, on Icord had a touchdown run, then Green with a touchdown run, and Garza before half to give them a 20-6 lead at halftime. Garza was a pass from Green. And then in the third quarter, it looked like Hughson was pretty much going to put it away. Icord with another 1-yard run, made it 26-6. But then Boring on a pass from Todd Matley pulled the score to 26-14. Fourth quarter, they come out with an 80-yard touchdown pass from Matley to Mullen, pulls it 26-20. And then you saw with the number 3 team, and I believe the number 1 team in the state of California, they put together about a 60-yard drive with Piazza capping it with a 1-yard touchdown run, making it 32-20, and then Piazza with a 37-yard touchdown interception to make the final score 38-20.
That's the final game of the football season. Any final comments? Houston is simply too good.
I think that Hughson was definitely the best team in that they battled, they put together great drives. I think we have to take our hat off to Argonaut again. There are a lot of people that question Argonaut even being in the playoffs. Losing to Somerville not in the playoffs. Calaveras and Argonaut, there were some questions. I think the Mustangs showed that they played with heart and pride, and they came out when they were down 26-6, and they said, "We're not going to let this happen." They pulled it back with a 6-point game. So I think it's a heck of a way to cap the season. It's Ray Johnson's second year here at Argonaut. In 2 years, he gets his team into the playoffs, plays the number 3 team in the state.